Good morning. My name is Dasson Hill, and I will be giving my speech. It's a persuasive speech on stopping gun violence. Who in the room feels like it is a necessity to have a firearm? Thank you. I appreciate your response. At the age of 16, I had witnessed a death, and they were gunned down by a gun right in my face, shot dead to the head by a gun. I myself own a firearm, but I only own a firearm for safety purposes, i.e. if someone tries to break into my house, somebody tries to harm my dog, or somebody tries to harm me or my family members, I definitely will take action. But what I don't condone is gun violence, just using the gun just to say, okay, I'm a big man, I have a gun, and I'm going to kill you dead because I don't like you, or you have something that I want, or you don't like my friend, or anything like that. That's not what the purpose of having a gun is for. I do believe that it is a necessity, but it also is. It should be owned by someone who is mature, who doesn't have childish thoughts or want to act like a child. Because kids, they like to play with guns. They like to play with toys and everything like that. Some people might view a gun as a toy, but it's not a toy. Because when you holding that weapon and you pointed it at somebody, you have that power in your hand to take that person's life. And I don't think anyone should have that ability to do any of that. I purchased my weapon, my firearm, at the age of 30, I think. And the only reason why I purchased it, I'm not gonna lie, is because my ex-boyfriend influenced me to get a weapon because we knew that we were both going to different locations. He was going to Fort Bragg, and I was coming to going to California. So he then I don't want to say pressured me, but persuaded me to get a firearm, in which I did such. Everyone should have the right to bear arms. Everyone should. But it's just about how you act and how you are bearing those arms. It's not a way to say I'm a bigger person. That's not the intent. The intent is to basically protect yourself, protect your family, and to protect anyone who you consider a loved one. Me, I'm not going to lie, I love my dog, and I love my dog to death. So I will do anything by any means necessary to protect my dog, to keep her with me until I die. Okay? I don't know if anyone has experienced up close and personal encounters with seeing people die right in your face. I know I have. Us being in the military, we've seen a lot of people go across the water due to senseless deaths. We've seen people get sniper shots. We've seen people get blown up. We've seen people go through a lot of things. And I know it takes a toll on everyone, but it really hits home when we know that we have people out here who own these weapons and are using them for the wrong reasons. I am a firm believer, protect yourself the best way you know how. I am a firm believer in that. But what I don't condone is gun violence just because you have the tools to do it. Let's have a legitimate reason to why you need to pull that firearm out. You don't need to pull it out just to say I have it. You don't. When I was in California, I had a Sergeant First Class who was over me, and he disclosed some information to me, which he thought I wasn't listening, but I was. He mentioned that he was thinking about committing suicide. He thought about committing suicide. He told me he had some courage juice. It wasn't a lot of courage juice, but he had some courage juice, and he had his weapon. He said he put his weapon up to his chin, but he didn't pull the trigger. I am fortunate to have him here still today to be able to talk to him because he is one of my mentors. The reason why he did not pull that trigger is because he didn't feel like his time was ready for him to go. And I am so grateful that he didn't do it. That doesn't mean that he is incapable of having his own firearm, but what I did was I did inform my chain of command, and we had that firearm removed from his home and put in the arms room because I did not want to further have him have those thoughts. Okay, his wife wasn't there. She was going, you know, back and forth out of town because they were from Florida, so she would go visit the kids, the grandkids, and everything like that. We got the firearm out the house. That's still his firearm. He still, by any means necessary, should be able to have that firearm. But I don't want people to use firearms or weapons for that purpose. That is not the purpose. The purpose is to protect yourself from anybody causing you harm or your family harm. In closing, we have to spread the word to not only ourselves, but to our outside counterparts and just basically to the world. Gun violence should not be acceptable. Only personnel who are smart, will think logically, should be the ones to hold or obtain a firearm. Thank you.